Live. As always, we appreciate everyone that has joined us and those that will be joining us later. Here we talk about relationship and family. We talk about how money affects relationship and how we can make money positively affect relationships. So tonight we will be looking into the common thing that we have been seeing today and have been addressing, which is that money is one of the biggest causes of relationship problems. When I say causes of it, we know that it is just a manifestation of it. So the right way would be to say that all the relationship problems manifest itself hugely on the part of finances. And that's why we want to make sure that most of us handle money properly, have enough money, and so that even those that have too much, that they manage it well, so that money will stop causing problems in our relationships. So tonight, as we dive in, get your friends, your family to join us and have this conversation. It is something that affects most homes and most households. So we are better off talking about it. So tonight, let's talk about what we can do for those who lack enough resources, finances, and for those who have in abundance, because we know that it is not just the lack of money that causes issues. It is also the abundance of money that is also causing relationship, manifesting in relationships as a problem. So we'll be looking into those that have in abundance and those who will need to make more money and how we can go about addressing these two areas of family life. So with me tonight again is Mr. Uche. Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome, everybody.
Okay, so thank you for joining.
With me again tonight is Honorable, my usual
Okay,
Honorable.
with me
Honorable.
tonight is our usual honorable
Uh-huh.
Mr. Uche.
Madam Tony,
Yes, so are you now welcome?
I'm highly welcome.
All
Thank
right,
you.
so he is welcomed and all of us are welcome to this conversation. Let's hit the road. So, what do you think is the reason why some people have a lot of money, but they are still having money problems? So one would think that when you have money in abundance, that all problems will disappear. Because remember what they say, that money solves all problems. So for so many households where there is abundance of it and there is still problem that relates to or manifest as financial problems, what can we say? Does money really in that instance solve all problems? Or are there some problems that money doesn't solve, such as relational problems? That's what I would like to hear your thoughts on.
Okay. Before I talk that, let me correct the disclaimer now because I don't want. I'm not honorable, please, because honorable I know are politicians, so that people, those who are watching in YouTube and TikTok, don't think I'm a politician, honorable to come and give them big. I'll be honorable. I'm not honorable. My name is Uche Anthony. For those who don't get it, I'll be honorable. I'm not a honorable, please. Uh-huh.
They have had.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, I'm not honorable. I'm Uche Anthony.
Okay.
Mister. Okay. Now, the thing that is causing the main issue is, like you rightly said, there are things money can buy. There are things money can buy, and there are things money cannot buy. I don't know if you remember back in the day, there's a cigar. I don't say that. Why am I talking about whether I smoke cigar? That won't answer the question. That is Rockman's or Benson back in the days. That one they call the best tobacco money can buy. And the man, but those, there are things money can buy, and there are things money cannot buy. So things, let's come to in terms like relationship now. People who buy relationship with money, we know how the story ends. It doesn't end really well because something was put in front, and then when that goes, relationship follows suit. So in those areas, there are things money cannot buy. Although momentarily, as at then, it could buy it because people choose to play along or to make fool of somebody for some reason. But there are things money can buy. But when we're talking about genuine relationship, money don't buy it. There are people who are really struggling when it comes to money, but they have the real love, and that make me believe that, you see, those songs they used to sing those then, when money day, friends go day, when money no day, friends go go. It's Felix Ndukwe, yeah, 92. Those of you born that doesn't I was born 92. I'm a man in 92. But then those, when money no day, friends go go. So are we talking about things that money can buy, or things money cannot buy? I believe there are things money cannot buy, to be honest, and there are things money can buy. But those things money can buy wouldn't last for a long time. They would eventually fade away after some time when the said money expires. It doesn't disturb the volume. Okay, right. So I don't know. She's distracting me, pressing the volume up. I don't know. Can somebody tell her? When you put this thing on, even if you like turn your volume of your phone down, it doesn't, like, people will still hear whenever they want to hear. But it's still the same thing we are talking about. When something has entered inside somebody's head, if you like, you get yes, it's difficult to get off. Stop touching the volume, it doesn't disturb the volume. And stop touching money, it doesn't disturb the relationship.
I will have to investigate it,
Okay.
assess it, and approve it
Okay.
before. Because if I haven't tested something, I don't agree with whatever result I hear. So I will prove it,
Okay.
and then, yeah, know if it's true.
I don't even know that I answered the question you asked me.
No, you are just starting.
Okay, can you ask the question again?
So,
I think I forgot.
so the question is that, or the conversation is that, some people or some of us would think that since there is a lot of problems manifesting in terms of, as financial problems in most families, one will think that it is the absence of money or the scarcity of money, maybe the lack of money, is the problem. But some people have money in excess, they have abundance of money, they have attained financial independence and freedom, they even had built wealth, but then they are having problems that show up as money problems. Why is that? We're just wanting to talk about why people can still have enough money but are fighting over money.
Are you not
What's the
contradicting
problem?
yourself? How can somebody build up financial, have grow to financial independence, build up asset for financial stuff, and then have money problem? Why
A
is
lot
that?
of people have so much money, but
They have money
in their
problem.
families, and it is not just between husband and wife only, in terms of intimate relationship, it cuts across other forms of relationships. So even in their, maybe between siblings, there is so much money, but people are still fighting over money. There is a lot of money, and friends are still fighting. They all have money, but there is always an issue, and it's around money. And
Okay.
between husband and wife, if you get into their house, in their businesses and other things they are doing, there is really no reason. People would think that there is no reason for some of the fights about money. So what really is the problem?
Right. I know. I understand the question now. The problem is, back in the days, I have been one saying back in the day, but which word can I use again? Okay.
some years back.
Some years back, thank you, Prof. Some years back, while we were in secondary school, there's a book we read, they called CC Okeke,
Economics.
Economics.
Mm-hmm.
This guy explains things about money.
Mm-hmm.
He said that money is elasticity,
Mm-hmm.
like elasticity of demand.
Mm-hmm.
But when you talk about money, as you stretch it, it keep going. It can stretch as much as you want it, and the more it stretches, we want to get more of it because it is insatiable. We don't get enough of money. We want to get more, and that is why many people who are still rich still try to get more, and add more to it. But like what you're saying, there are situations whereby people are not still rich and money is still causing problems. So we are talking about now where people
Amongst those that have
have
enough,
enough. Why
and
is it becoming
they can
problem?
afford so many things, if not everything they want. There is no question of I want this and I can get it, or everybody, whatever everybody wants, they can get it. So I just want us to talk about the point that it is not only poor people that don't have enough money that fight over money.
Mm,
It's not just the lack of money that causes or show up as relational problems.
mhm.
Some people also have enough, but there is an underlying problem that is causing, manifesting as money problem. So what can they do to overcome that? Because they might think they are fighting over money, but it's not really money that is causing the problem that they are having.
I
So,
have an idea what they can do.
yeah.
Anybody that has money and is fighting over money, the person need to repent and give their life to Christ. Because if you have Christ, you have enough. The little you have will satisfy you. So if you have so much money and you still, even if you need to be born again, be born again. If you are born again, you don't need to get so much. If you have just small like I have here now, I'm okay. Don't need so much money. But
You have small.
I wanted to beat upstairs, but oh no, no. Do I have to? So I think anybody that have money and is still fighting over money need to go and they lay hand upon his head and pray and cast the demon out of him, become born again. Then you'll be satisfied. However,
It looks like you are trying to show how what is called in economics
I
in
did very
secondary
well. I
school.
did
Like
very well. I
you are
did very,
going back to
yeah,
human needs are
yeah. I
insatiable,
need,
demand and
of
supply,
course,
all of those things.
of course.
We know you passed very well,
But
so please.
the thing I passed well again was Igbo language. Hi,
Please
Chineke,
don't. We are
Chineke.
on economics. We are
On
talking
money.
about money.
Okay,
Yes.
money.
Yeah. Stay with CC.
But it was
Okay.
the same teacher that taught us economics, taught us Igbo
He
too.
shouldn't have done that. They don't relate. So go on.
Okay, I'll go on. So what matters is I think when money causes problem, it becomes people are not getting people just out of greed. They want to have more. They never get satisfied having money, and they can go to any length. Take for example the politicians or all these top leaders. They have almost everything, but they still vie for position in a bid for power, and power comes with money. So it's because people don't believe that it's enough. That is why it is causing problem among those who we believe that it shouldn't cause problem with because they have so much, yet it is still causing problem to them. Greed, avarice. That's what it's
Oh
called.
my God.
It's
Okay.
not there.
Okay. So I I know that what you're saying is true. It stems from lack of contentment, wanting to so much. Of course, nobody, including you, will have
Why?
enough of money. Nobody will have enough of money.
See, that's
The
a
more you have, the
no.
more you want to have, because that's human nature. We want to have and have. Our needs will never end. Because even if you cover your own needs, there are a lot of people you also want to help and meet their needs, and it will not end. So somebody will need to caution himself or herself that this is the parameters that I want to, follow in looking for money. And I just want to dwell a little bit on the root causes of some of these things. So they have so much, but they are, I mean, they can afford for everyone in the household, for instance, to have their own cars. It won't really touch anything on their finances. It won't, nobody is going to notice. They won't notice. But there is a fight over who gets a car and who doesn't get, why you must get a car and why you shouldn't get a car. So those are the underlying problems. It stems from a relational problem. It is relational. And a lot of them, we're going to talk about why it's relational. And I also want to talk about why it is a mindset problem. So let's just today talk about why it's relational and why it comes from the mindsets that we have, so that subsequent Thursdays or other lives we will keep discussing. What we want to achieve is come to a point where people are realizing what is pursuing them, so that they can put up a fight and win. Because a lot of times some people don't know really what is hitting them. They are just running and not knowing who is pursuing them. And I say that to mean that some people are fighting and having issues in their relationships, in their families. But if you ask them, they will tell you the wrong thing. They will give you a wrong answer as to why there is a problem. So let's talk about the mindsets that we bring in, the mindsets that we come into relationships with. So someone might be coming in with this mindset that all money needs to be spent. We have
Yes.
seen people like that. So they have no reserve. They don't think that tomorrow will ever come. So, and they believe that even if tomorrow comes, that it will take care of itself. So they spend everything. So as they get, they are spending. As they get, they are finishing it. And that looks like these people make a lot of money. Why are they having money issues? So it's because of the mindset that they entered into the relationship with or that they have. So there are some other people that have the mindset that we have too much, but we don't want to lack any day. We don't want to wake up one day and we don't have enough. So they keep hoarding money, and there will be enough, an abundance of it, but it cannot be used. So they keep, not me, so they keep storing money and never wanting to touch it. And so other people around them who also believe that money should solve a need, and God help them if they are in charge of money management in their homes, then other people, they won't be able to meet their needs, because as far as that man or that woman is concerned, money should not be spent, not too much of it is just the basic needs. And of course, there will be a struggle, there will be a problem, because there won't be agreement as to how we should use money. And that's also part of what causes a lot of money issues in relationships. There are a lot of other mindsets. If we start unpacking the mindset issues that we have and carry as baggages with us, then we won't finish today. Because there are some people that had been, because of where they are coming from, so they had grown up in a poor background, they never had enough food to eat, they didn't have enough clothes, they didn't couldn't afford certain things. So suddenly now they gradually grew wealth, but it is there but cannot be used because of the poverty mindset, lack mindset that they have. And now is affecting other people who are agitating and saying, no, we can't have this kind of lifestyle. It's not what we bargained for. It's not how we want it, especially when it is husband and wife. So some of these things are the kind of things we should be looking into and realizing that no, we don't have a money problem. Actually, there are other problems that we have. It could be a mindset problem, it could be a relational problem, such as when people cannot agree to disagree or disagree to agree. They can't manage money properly, or is in the hands of someone who can't manage it, therefore is affecting the other people. So maybe they are thinking that, why should he have that car? Why can't you trek? Or why should she not? Why should she buy new clothes? Why? Are the ones you have in your wardrobes, are they not enough? And somebody is agitating. So this is a mindset problem and also a relational problem. And we have to start looking at money problems and money fights in homes from this angle, so that we can start having positive and desirable results.
My hand is hurting me. Do you want this hand to be like the one that they in the Bible they hold his hand up, or even when he's hurting him?
No problem. Now you can bring it down.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Which religion do you practice?
Christianity.
Christianity. Are that is the religion that reads the Bible, right?
Yes.
So do you read Bible?
Yes.
Oh, it's good. Have you heard it somewhere in the Bible when it says, "Do not think about tomorrow, but that tomorrow will think about itself"?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You were talking and you made reference of people who think they should not think about tomorrow. Why when the Bible you read say you shouldn't bother think about tomorrow, that tomorrow will think about itself when it comes there. Now you are saying something different. Why are you, since you are a Christian who read the Bible, why are you thinking about tomorrow to keep money aside and do this? Why?
Yeah, but the Bible also encourages us to plan.
Okay.
The Bible did encourage us to plan. Did you remember in Proverbs about the ant and the sluggard? What did the Bible say? The ants do prepare when it is time. When
What is the
no,
business with ant and human being? We're talking
okay,
about human being, you're talking
okay.
about ant.
So you asked me a question and I want to
We
answer,
human beings.
because we can't, because you're saying that people shouldn't plan because
Ants.
tomorrow will take care of itself. But the Bible encourages us, when it talked about how the ants prepare for the seasons where they can't go out to look for food. They pack enough. That's planning. And you can't live your life without planning for tomorrow. And also, the Bible called the person who gathers and doesn't take care of a fool. So you must plan. You can't get all you have, you finish them and think, what if tomorrow comes? That's the question. So
But he
what
said,
if
don't think
tomorrow?
tomorrow. You're saying, what if tomorrow comes?
Yeah, so what if tomorrow comes? What are you going to do?
The person that say you shouldn't think tomorrow knows that tomorrow will come. He said to you, don't think tomorrow.
Yeah, but what if it comes? Some people think it won't come. So what if I die? So let me not keep for tomorrow. What if tomorrow comes? What then happens? They go to the neighbors
When you get to the
and
bridge,
go
you
to.
cross it.
Okay, so that is the kind of lifestyle that causes problems in homes, because it's now not you alone. There are other people or someone else, and they also hold a different belief system. And so when it start clashing, we think that we are having money problems, but that's not really money problems that we have. Money is not the cause of the problem, whether the lack of it or the abundance of it. It is stemming from other underlying problems that we have, which I always say is relational. Is either people are not talking enough or understanding themselves, or someone is adamantly not wanting another person's voice to be heard, or their needs to be met, or their interests to be considered, or their feelings to be considered. So those are the kind of things, when people are too controlling. So because you are in charge, everybody has to do as you want. So if you are the type that can wear one shirt for a month, then everybody should do the same, no matter how much is available. So those are the things that causes problem, and we
Okay.
should start addressing them.
Okay.
So
Tell us about this one is about the one that people where they have money and it's causing problem. because you say you're going to make this video 30, it's 25 minutes now. So you use the remaining 5 minutes. Let's talk about where there is none and yet it's causing problem.
Okay, so it is also a mindset problem and a relational problem, either way. But some of the manifestations of those who lack enough, who don't have enough, who have scarcity of money, it will manifest in different ways.
Mhm.
So, what will happen, although it's the same problem, but it will be showing up as though it's because they don't have money. So, if they had had enough, maybe they could have done this or done that. Or if they had had enough, they could have had the conversation tilting towards this or on this tone, or maybe this approach will be taken. But that's not true. It's just what is inherent in one that they show up when they start dealing with things or managing situations. So you find some people, for instance, that will say when they are having issues, let's say husband and wife, and one will say most times it is men. So when maybe something happens to their income and they are no longer earning as much as they used to earn, so any small talk or any small conversation, they will tilt it or assume that maybe their spouse is talking down on them or looking down on them or making mockery of their situation. So you will start hearing things like, oh, is it because,
I don't have money.
yeah, is it because I don't have money now to give you? Is it because when I used to give you when I had a car, when things were going okay, you don't talk to me like that? When this and that, you will start hearing such conversations, and they will look away from the real issue and start thinking that someone is being funny now because something had happened to their source of earning or anything. It could even be illness or something. So they will start assuming and maybe being paranoid that this small joke or this small talk is going towards shaming them that they are not man enough or that they are no longer woman enough. Some women also think that maybe they had just left their career to build a family, to look after children, and a little joke from their husbands, you will start hearing, oh, is it because I'm now sitting at home? That's why you're talking to me like that. And some men, then they maybe because they used to be busy and cannot attend to house chores, now they are not as busy as they used to be, and they still cannot do certain things. Maybe it's now the turn of the woman to go and earn an income. So they will be expecting that she will still do all the things she used to do when they used to earn, and then also go and earn an income. And those are mindset and relational problems
Okay.
because it is not what it is. It's just that one person can go around everything. Now that you are at home, you can pick up a few things and maybe prepare dinner for someone who is coming tired, just like you used to do, whether it's a man or a woman. But what their minds will be telling them, which is a lie, is that is because this situation changed, is because of this challenge, is because of this shift that this is happening, but it is not. So they will look away from the problem and be pursuing what is not pursuing them.
Okay,
So
stop. Pursuing what is not pursuing them. Okay, now it is obvious that men, you've had akinesia bike, right? When you have it, you feel on top of the world. And when you don't have it, every little thing will irritate you. And that is where she's saying, is it because that is men's nature? Because we believe that if you have the money, you become a babola.
mm,
Say, for example, did you know, if you become a businessman, not that type of Omata businessman. I was an Omata before, right? Omata business. You know, those days, when you make good sell, if you are going home, there's a wallet we used to buy then. I'll buy wallet. Don't buy the one that is flat. Buy big one. Put some money inside. When you finish
or some
business,
papers to make
I
it
didn't
rise
put
up.
paper. I didn't put paper.
No,
I'm
I'm
not you.
just saying,
I don't put
whether
paper.
you guys also add
I
some
don't put paper. It's
papers to
money.
make it
It's
voluminous.
money.
Okay.
Back those
Money
days.
is also paper.
Yeah, it's not that type of money.
Okay.
A paper that has power.
All right.
So you put that money there when you are going, even though the cloth you wear is not the type of cloth you tuck in, you tuck in and make your wallet like this. Make sure it swell up like this, right? And in Agasije, when you walk like you be walking in Makwanyaibo, and when people see this swollen wallet, they know say there's something there, there's money there. And that alone, even though as you're walking down the street, those days, no all these people that will lay you and take money from you. No, because you have that alone makes you exciting. And if anybody try look for trouble, you can always tell them, that is part of men. That is part of ego. We do it. See, we did it or we do it. We done it. We did. We we made.
Oh my God. Even if you're a comedian,
We you understand what I'm
did
saying?
it.
We did it.
Not we, you did it.
They did it.
Yeah, they did it.
I did it. Yeah. So it makes you exciting because there's money in your pocket, and as you go in, that's happy. So say that happen again as the man, you don't have the money. It doesn't come that way like that. Every little thing will irritate you, and things that are petty that you shouldn't even bother concerning yourself, you would like to put your mouth in, and that alone will trigger somebody. Like you said, it's not only the guy that should go and make the money, it's only the man that should go and make the money. There's a situation whereby some men they don't have the good skill, their wives earn more than them. Somebody could things can be swapped and the other way around, and the the woman earns more. But that might be a topic for next time. I'm not sure whether it works effectively in most, permit me, correct me if I'm wrong, in most Afro and Caribbean settings. And when the lady earns more, I think, you can correct me, I think there is high chances of them taking the man for granted. And it's on that note that most men would think, you know what, I rather let me go and work whatever I can. And
Or is it that there is something that they have not dealt with in themselves
it means
that is showing up? So it could be both ways, because we have had this
that's why I said
conversation,
correct me.
and a certain lady was obviously talking about how it is not okay. It's not okay for a woman to earn more than a man because it won't work out. That women have this thing in them that once they are earning higher, or they're the breadwinners, that respect will just somehow it will just vanish. So we have had the conversation and we can still have it again, because I know a few families where the reverse is the case, where the man took the position of looking after the children at home because there was no better opportunities for him to earn. Not that he is not able and couldn't earn, or some of them that I know. It's just that the opportunity appeared better for the woman, and the woman was the one that had to get up early and return late. And when she will come home and be treated like the normal Nigerian man will be treated when they return back.
How are they treated?
Okay, that's
how are they treated
for another day.
How are
Wait,
I'll up this thing if you have
we can talk about it another day. Our time is nearly gone, so we can talk about how Nigerian men are treated when they return to their home from their businesses and workplaces. Isn't that going to be a nice topic to talk about?
It would be.
So
and
let's leave it for another day.
People within will now come and talk how they are treated when they return from home, and that would be a very very expository and the revolution, man. revolutionary.
Yeah, we can
Talk about it.
let people join and come into the studio and talk to us
Okay,
about it. But what I'm saying, sorry, is that there are some families where it is the other way around, and the argument of that sister that was saying that it is not, let men should make sure that it didn't happen, that their wives are earning more than them, or is supporting the family more than just a few percentage when the time comes, that men that look up to their wives earnings, that they shouldn't do that because it will reduce respect. So I would rather, you know, what should I say? Prove that not to be exactly true, because I know some people, and in fact, I have a cousin, a first cousin, that he lived like that with his wife, and they have raised 7 children, nearly finished, just like that. And there was no problem at all. Nobody disrespected nobody. And when the wife comes home, he should be treated nice, given food, served, and everything, because she had labored for the whole day. So it can work when people debase the kind of mindsets that are limiting, and also deal with the relational problems that they have. That's what we are talking about, because we are all about people gaining financial independence, like having enough for their needs and having surplus to do some other things like charity and invest. But how can that happen when people are busy fighting over something that is not fighting with them? That's the problem, because all these relational problems are limiting families from actually making more money and enjoying financial independence. And that is what we are calling on people to look into and resolve, so that there will be, fulfillment in their relationships, which will include them thriving financially. So I guess this is where we will end tonight. Any
Yes.
parting words?
Parting words will be a topic for discussion next week. There's a topic we'll be discussing next week. Remind me, is um situation where a man decide to switch because he was the one who was believed to look after the children better than the woman, and the man said, "No, I'm not gonna do it. It's gonna give him mental health that he likes to." But the woman knows that she can't deal with the children, and the woman's job was about the same money that the man is earning, but the man's blatantly refused, saying, "No chance, I wouldn't, because it will stay. It's not part of what men, the way he put it on African, that he should stay at home."
Yeah, so in that case, we'll be discussing Nigeria, African men,
Yes,
Afro-Caribbean men.
Afro-Caribbean men. That would
Yeah,
be a
and
topic.
what they believe the responsibility of men,
Yeah,
or the job or role of men
yeah,
should be.
yeah.
We can talk about, did you say it's next week?
Next week.
Okay, we can talk about that, hopefully. Everyone, buckle up. Next week, we have an
Let's talk
interesting
about it.
conversation. Let's talk about it and see how it can help families thrive and enjoy fulfillment and bliss in their relationships. That's what the end goal is. So let's end on that note, and because we didn't want to stay long today, but we still have some of these things to talk about next time, because we only discussed two of them today, which is that it is relational and it is a mindset problem that need to be resolved. So we have not talked about how communication is the matter. We have not talked about how not have adding enough value to oneself, which means not having enough personal development can cause these things. We will talk about them, and so that we have an inclusive knowledge on how to combat these relational problems. So that's all we can take tonight. And thank you, everyone, for joining and for your contributions. I didn't look at comments, but I'm sure that there will be comments. So we will attend to them. And thank you so much, those that will be watching later. We do appreciate your support and your contributions. We really love that you join us in these conversations. Thank you very much. And we will see you next week, the same time. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.